Hey everyone, what do you do when you don't have enough shelf space? You buy more books. So, I went to the third book fair that I go to every year. I bought 81 books. My wife's going to kill me. Okay, I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. I'm going to start with some of the rare stuff, and then I'm going to go into fantasy, and then into sci-fi, and then finally some kids' books. I got there at 7 a.m. for an 8 a.m. start. That was in order to get the very rare stuff, which is these. These are incredibly rare. These are known as green spines. They are fighting fantasy books, Caverns of the Snow Witch, Robot Commando. They're not particularly high numbers. If you're up in the 50s, they're very rare. They go for hundreds on eBay. The Lone Wolf books, again, are rare. There's Castle Death, the Plague Lords of Rule, and the Legacy of Vashna. These are really well written, and these are Red Fox editions, which are very cool. And then I'm not going to go through all these. These are Choose Your Own Adventure books. The highest one is number 92. As the numbers get higher, they get rarer and rarer. And then there's Time Machine, which is another kind of Choose Your Own Adventure type thing. Next up, I got the Broken Empire trilogy by Mark Lawrence. I haven't read anything by him. Some people like him, some people don't. So I'm interested to see what they're like. Then I got some Gavriel Kay. I have read Tagana. That's all I've read of his. So this is the third book in the Fionavar tapestry. I've got the first two of that. And then there's Sailing to Sarantium and Lord of Emperors. Also got some Tad Williams, Tail Chaser's Song. I'm slowly building up my Malazan books. This is the 7th book. I think I've got about 4 more to get. Now this is the Deeds of Paksenarrion. When I did my top 10 fantasy in 1999, this was in the list. I'd never heard of it. And they had all 3 books at this fair, so I snapped them up. Also got Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere. Some Orson Scott Card. I don't know whether this is sci-fi or fantasy. Let me move all this stuff. And then we move into more sci-fi. So The Long War by Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter. There are 5 books in this. This is the 3rd or 2nd. I think this is the 2nd, so that means I have all 5 now. Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse 5. I guess it's not really sci-fi, but... Ray Bradbury, Fahrenheit 451. I have never read it. Another classic, Stand on Zanzibar by John Brunner. I have read one of his. What is it? Can't remember the name of it. I think I've read The Shockwave Rider by him. Then I got some H.G. Wells, The First Men in the Moon. Love this old cover. The Island of Dr. Moreau, and A Short History of the World, which I gather is non-fiction. Also got some Robert Heinlein, Methuselah's Children. Then I got some Asimov and Clarke. So, Time Probe by Arthur C. Clarke. The Promise of Space. 3 for Tomorrow, that's just edited by him. And then a rare fantasy outing by Isaac Asimov. The Earth is Room Enough. The Currents of Space. Stars Like Dust by Jupiter. The Winds of Change. Nightfall. Another version of Nightfall. This is actually short stories. This is an expanded novel. Child of Time. And then finally the Space Ranger series, which he actually wrote under a pseudonym. I think it was like Paul French or something. Finally, some Larry Niven. So I got a different version of Ringworld because I didn't kind of like the one that I had. The Ringworld Engineers, which I believe is the sequel. The Ringworld Throne. I don't know where this comes. And then The Flight of the Horse and Protector. I don't know anything about those. Finally, some Harry Harrison, Stainless Steel Rat. So the first one, Stainless Steel Rat's Revenge, Saves the World, Stainless Steel Rat for President, and he gets drafted. And moving on to some fantasy and more kids stuff, the Dark is Rising sequence. So Oversea Under Stone, The Dark is Rising, The Grey King, Silver on the Tree. And last but not least, a couple of other books, Augie and Me, which is like a sequel to Wonder, which is a fantastic book. And then some Biggles. This one has the nice dust jacket, Biggles Flies Again. And then just a few others. And then finally some Asterix. These are the Orion versions, which have much better colour than the originals. So Asterix and the Big Fight, Asterix and the Magic Carpet, and Asterix and the Missing Scroll. If you don't know what Asterix is, do yourself a favour and find some. They're very funny. So that's it. It's quite a lot. Let me know in the comments any of these that pique your interest, and I need to go and shelve these. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.